Shut up and sit down.
Hello, and this is today's episode of Don't You Hate It? Oh, and I'm
Ow.
Abby.
Heather, who are you?
Oh, well, I'm Heather.
You
I'm
could have gone the
Sam.
other way in the circle.
Oh, that's too late now.
It's gone.
It's today is Thursday, November 7th. This episode will be released one Wednesday. I don't know which one. Math is hard. But oh, thank you. The daily shoe pat from Abby. I have my feet propped up on the desk while I record this, so it's a good time. Abby looks like Ozzy Osbourne currently. Abby, do you have your music of the day thing?
Yeah, actually. And speaking of Ozzy,
Go on.
hang on.
Never mind.
Hold on.
Never mind. We gotta wait.
We gotta wait. I didn't have it pulled up. I expected
fine.
it to be later.
Well, just to
You
fill in
can't
the...
just surprise her. You can't just spring it on
You
her.
can just be like,
Some Wednesday.
hey, that's
music.
it.
To fill in some gaps, do you guys remember your dreams?
I do remember
Honestly,
my dream.
I
from
do,
last
but I
night.
don't want to talk about it.
All right, then, Abby, talk about your dream.
Okay, so last night I had a dream that my good friend came back to my hometown with me.
Oh,
Because they're going to very soon. But instead
My
of
good
like
buddy.
going with me, they drove separate, and I was like, that is fine. That is a rational thing that they would do. But then instead of ever coming to my house, they just drove laps around my hometown
that's me.
for days.
I can't find your house.
Like literal days. And then everybody in the town was like, I don't understand how you could let this happen. And I was like, how did you want me to stop it?
I don't really remember a whole lot of my dream. Specifically, I remember that when I had to fight my friends.
when you
Do
want
you ever-
the,
Have you ever
when
had a
you,
dream?
No, I had a dream that I had to I think it was like Battle Royale style with my friends.
Hell yeah.
But
Did you fight me?
I don't remember.
Did I win?
I
I
don't
won.
remember. You probably did win, honestly.
Did I win? I won.
But it was like you had to. Do you ever? You could only hit them in the head. So.
Bonk.
So I remember specifically taking my old longboard, the blue one,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's coming off.
Bonk.
Taking the old longboard and smacking people in the head with it. I don't know why, and I don't know what this means. You know how like they say they say that people have like.
Have you ever?
Have you ever had a dream like
You know, they say that, like, certain dreams mean something.
Yeah.
Like, if your teeth are falling out, you're anxious.
Yeah.
And if you come to school naked,
Yes.
then what's that one?
You're also anxious?
Also anxious. Basically, if
You're
anything
not in
happens...
control of your life if you're naked in front of a crowd.
Ah. What are the other
Oh.
ones? Do you remember the other ones? No?
No.
All right. No, I don't.
Do not look at me.
Do not look at me. Did you want to...
Okay.
Heather, this isn't, I guess, this isn't something I should be asking you on the podcast, but no biggie. Are you not respecting the you know how we're getting the trombone section shirts?
Yes.
We're cutting ours into cutoffs.
Yeah.
Like the douchebags at like gyms wear.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the getting cut off. Okay? I lunged for you
Yeah.
and I got so close to the microphone because I wanted to like.
That's okay.
Yeah. I just look interesting with those.
I the only reason I'm doing this is because I probably won't wear it if I do that.
Well,
It's
You just
$3.
but you don't want to wear it. You don't want to support the
I mean,
section.
I'll probably wear it, but it'll probably be one of those shirts I like wear to the gym, or so I can be one of those douchebags.
Douchebag.
Douchebag.
Douchebags.
Do you ever?
Juice boxes.
I've actually.
Eat your dick bag.
I've never actually met somebody with a serious lisp, except myself when I was young.
Okay. There was a guy.
Really?
Yeah. Did you not know?
No,
There
I
was
didn't
a guy.
know about this guy.
There was a guy,
There he
in my
was.
elementary school
There
who
he
had a
was.
really bad lisp, and we thought it wasn't gonna go away. It eventually kind of did, but he would only say my name like two ways, but not the actual way that it's like supposed to be pronounced. Like he wouldn't say Heather. He couldn't do the th, so it would either be Heather or Hever.
Have
And I was
Wait,
like,
I love Hevo.
have a
Have a.
I have a.
It was It was bad. He had a big old crush on me.
Oh.
He kissed me on the
Eva.
staircase.
You what?
Oh.
Aw,
Was that your first
Eva.
kiss?
Sure, technically.
What do you mean technically?
Because it was like half of my mouth, and I was trying to turn away.
Oh.
Because I was like,
So
no.
he kissed you, but you didn't kiss him.
no, yeah.
He went, Eva, and you went,
We were
no.
walking down the
Have a
stairs,
baby.
and he said my name. I looked back, and he just went, "Mwah," and I was like, no.
He just like headbutted you with his mouth.
Basically.
Don't you hate-
Actually, I
don't you
can't
hate
remember
it?
if it was a fever dream or if it actually happened, but I kissed a boy in preschool, so that would have been my first kiss.
I have a lot of those where I'm like, did that happen?
Did that happen, or did I just like dream it?
Going back to dreams, I had this one dream.
I can talk about dreams all day.
I could
Go
too.
on.
I had
I
this
write
one
them down.
dream. I had this one
What are you
dream
doing?
where I don't know. I had it when I was like probably like 8 or 9, but it scared the hell out of me.
Go on.
So it was my house. I live like kind of in the country, but not really. I had a dream that my house was like the only one on the street, and then behind me, as per usual, is cornfields, and in front of me is, as per usual, cornfields. Well, I looked off into the horizon in my backyard, and I saw a bull, the one with the horns, and it was running very fast through my backyard. Not my backyard, but through the cornfields. So it was running towards me, and also my house didn't have any doors, which was weird. So it was just me and my brother Max, who was 3 or 4 at the time. And I remember the bull, ran into my house.
He brackets
Painful.
the bull.
The bull came into my house, and I was scared. So I turned away and covered the door where my brother was sleeping to like protect him.
Aw.
And then I woke up, but when I woke up because in my brain or in my mind or in the dream,
Oh my god.
the bull ran into my back. But like when I woke up, I had a big jolt, and it literally felt like 2 like horns went into my back. But like I jolted so much, I like threw myself out of bed, and then I cried, and then I ran to my mom and said, "I can't sleep."
There was a bull in my room.
and I remember my mom, like I was like freaking out, and what my mom did to help was she slapped me in the face and went, she
Oh my god.
You know what
No.
I mean?
no, she pretended that she took imaginary spray, and she said, "All right, I'm gonna clean your brain out," and she pretended to open up my head and then spray the anti-bull dream spray into my head,
So cute.
and then closed my brain back up, or my head
Wait,
back
that
up,
is so
I love that.
and then I slept peacefully.
My dad did something like that. Ooh, I like this. I was having a recurring nightmare where I would go into an elevator and then get trapped there. Like they were like, it just shut down. It was like, you're an intruder. The cops are coming, and I was like, I'm 7 years old. I can't go to prison. and then I just didn't want to go to sleep, and I was like, Dad, I'm not sleep. I'll go to my room, but I am not sleeping tonight. And he was like, okay, so here's the thing. Like when you go into that elevator tonight, and you like just look up into that little like trap door, and I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna help you out, and I'm gonna get you out. And I was like, that's not gonna work. That's impossible. And
Doesn't
then
work like
as soon as I had the nightmare and I was like in the elevator, I looked up and my dad saved me. So
That's
he
wild.
told me what he was gonna do, and then I was like, yep, there we go.
What if that went the opposite way? What if like you were like, okay, he's gonna be there, and you look up and he wasn't there,
Or he was
and
there
then
and he was like,
He was just stuck in
like
there.
he was like, you're an intruder. You're gonna go to prison now. And I'm like, wait.
But what if you had like
no."
trust issues ever since then with your dad? You're like,
Oh
you,
no.
you killed me in that elevator. You didn't
You left me there.
come.
You let me go to jail.
Abby, do you have any memorable dreams?
Multiple.
Would you like to share with the audience, or do you want to do your music moment?
I'll do that and then I'll do my music moment.
Okay.
When I was like 7 or 8,
Mhm.
I saw a trailer for Jurassic Park because they were playing it on some channel, and my parents were like, "Yeah, this is a good movie." For months afterwards, I had a recurring dream where we were at my family's farm, and a T-Rex would chase us through the woods.
That's
and
it.
It was the worst
Yeah.
thing I've ever had. I also vividly had a dream one time when I was like very small
Yeah.
that was only in neon green and purple.
The color or the
Yeah,
dream?
there was no
I think
other
you
color.
I think your parents were feeding you acid while you
Bro,
were
I don't know
asleep.
what was the problem. I said, "Oh my god."
Oh my god, it's only neon green and purple. Was it like a filter or was it like
No, like that was like
you only saw like limes and
no, it was like a filter. Like everything was.
okay, that's what I thought.
It's like when you close your eyes and like let the sun just hit your
Oh, that's beautiful.
eyelids, and then
I see
like
pink.
when you, okay, and then when you when you open your eyes, everything's like blue.
Yeah. Oh no, I know what you're talking about. When I when I rub my eyes, because I do that, I'll rub my eyes
Sleepy
for
boy.
hours on, not hours, but for a long time. And then I open my eyes, everything's black and white, and it's wild.
Yeah.
It's absolutely cool and funny.
You can do your Wuzik, but I do want to talk about dreams more because I write all of mine down.
I feel like we're doing ads. All right, here's our ad break.
All right,
Abby, how do you feel about MeUndies? Not sponsored.
Oh.
not sponsored. Please sponsor us.
MeUndies, please.
Please, God, sponsor us.
But please, please, God.
For the love of God. Anyway.
Oh, so today on the weekly Wednesday Wuzik, I am featuring. Hang on, I'm gonna. Hiccup.
I'm gonna.
I haven't spoken all podcasts now. Today's feature is Paranoid, the 2014 remastered version by Black Sabbath, released in 1970. As many people know, Black Sabbath is like accredited with creating the metal genre, so I wanted to take a moment to feature it. I'm gonna feature the second to last song on the album called Rat Salad. So basically, it just goes on like that for a while, but my arms got tired of holding my phone. But you know what? We love Ozzy.
We do.
You know
Yes, we do.
that interview with that lady he was in, and she goes, "Good evening, Ozzy," and he goes, "Yes."
Is
then
that
she
the one
goes,
where he's...
"Good evening, Ozzy," and he goes, "Oh, hello." I love him. I love that man.
Have you seen the one where he's like, so how long have you been sober? And he's like, have you seen that?
I have not seen
Well, when
Hold
when
on.
you do that.
Sober interview. Where is it at? Oh, are you sober now?
You sober now?
No, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm never,
That's my favorite quote
Are
by
you
him.
sober now?
You know what?
No,
That should have been my
yeah,
senior quote.
No, well,
This should have been my secret. My senior quote was.
Oh yeah, no.
See, here's the thing. I don't know if he was actually saying something because you know how fucked up Ozzy's mind was after he took all that the pills, medicine, bad medicine.
Bad medicine. As my mother called it, the bad medicine.
The bad medicine. Didn't you say? Oh, we already said that. The whole my mother made me or my grandma made me eat Vaseline or something.
she tried.
Gasoline.
It's the most 50s shit I've ever heard.
She tried to make me. I also went to this daycare,
Yeah.
and the lady there, like, if you did something bad, she would you would put vinegar in your mouth,
Ooh.
and I swallowed it one
Excuse me.
time, and she was like, and I was like,
I was at
I used-
Sunday school and there was vinegar in the kitchen and this kid was like, I'm gonna drink it. And we were like, please don't. And then he
You're
just
gonna be
like
a
took a
pickle.
shot of it and then he was like,
We
and
love
I was
Sunday
like
school.
7. I was like, Parker!
There was one time
Adrian Michael.
I used to
Adrian
walk.
Michael.
I don't know why,
Beat
but
your
I
ass.
bitch ass. I used to walk.
Yes, fella.
I used to walk around the house and go. I don't know why, but I just used to do that as a kid.
my
and
God.
my dad and my mom, they were getting annoyed of it because I was doing it all the time. And they were like, "All right, Sam, every time you do that, you have to take a shot of lemon juice." And I'm like, "Okay." But like I do it in like what's that called when you're like un when you do it without thinking.
Subconscious.
Yeah, I was doing it subconsciously, and I drink so much lemon juice. That's all.
My grandma used to make me
Awesome.
brush my teeth with baking soda.
How is that? I hear that actually helps your
It's-
teeth.
It is the worst taste I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Like, I
But
would,
it's supposed to like make your teeth whiter.
yeah, my grandma just kept telling me, she was like, your teeth are so yellow. And I was like, I'm
Like-
9 years old. And she would be like, brush your teeth. And I'd be like, Grandma, please, God. Like, she had a swimming pool. And we'd go outside and swim in the morning. And then we'd come inside. And after lunch, she'd be like, brush your teeth. I was like, Grandma, I was having a great time until you pulled this. And then she would like stand in the bathroom and like make sure I brushed with the freaking baking soda.
Did you guys ever get soap in your mouth?
Yeah.
No.
For cussing?
Oh, not for
No, I never cussed until it was like, it's my choice now. I get to. And
Me.
they were like, you know what? Okay.
I never was really big in cussing in front of my parents. I still don't. Yeah.
I mean, I don't like just go in there and I'm like, you know what?
You
know, wait. That is me.
But
take
like,
it back.
if it gets my point across a little better, then yeah. Then
I
I'll do
like
that.
the most I'll ever say in front of my parents is like damn. But that's pretty
Damn.
much it.
My
Because I'll be like, I just moved the damn thing over there. And then they're like,
No, my parents have heard me use the word bitch more than I think they ever thought they would. Like, anytime I text
Bitch.
about anything that's annoying, I'm like, this bitch.
Bitch.
And my mom's always like,
This-
Abigail,
it's not
Abigail,
ladylike.
you need to calm down language. And my dad's like, tell me about it. Like, what happened? Like,
Let it pop off.
Tell me about this bitch.
No, but when was the first time? We're not gonna go there. Actually, I was gonna say when was the first time you heard your parents like drop an F-bomb or something?
So early on.
oh,
Really?
my dad almost
I don't even
constantly-
remember.
I don't
My-
either. I
my-
just know that.
No, do you want to? Should we open up this can?
My dad
left my
didn't
can
cuss
opener at home.
that much. My mom just kind of, she gave up at one point. She was like, it's fine. I'm gonna do this. Just don't do what
You're
I'm
like
doing.
you're 6 months old now.
You're 6
You're
months old.
enough.
I can cuss, right? No, she said fudge enough instead of like the actual F word. I can say it.
Yeah,
Whatever.
this is-
But she said it so often that my sister and I thought that it was a bad word. So whenever we were like, I love fudge, we're like, the good kind. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
the
And,
good kind.
Yeah, and then I
that
figured
shit.
it out earlier when I was like, oh, okay. And then, like, have you ever seen Another Christmas Story?
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Yes.
when he goes, fudge.
Yeah, but I
And then he
didn't
goes,
say
but I didn't
fudge."
say fudge.
I said the
understood
word.
it, and I was like, oh, I finally get it now. And, like, I didn't tell my parents that. I was like, you know what? I finally figured out. I cracked the code.
Yeah, I know what that means.
But I just kind of, like, I understood. And I was, like, ready to move on from there. My sister was still trying, like, she said fudge, and then she was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, the good kind. And we all kind of looked at her. We were like, hey, do you still...
How old
you're-
was she?
You're 11 years old.
Oh,
Do you
can
still
you
think
can
that
say the
that's
F
a-
word now.
That's a bad word? And she's like, what? No, what
What
do you... And I'm like, oh, no! And then I got to laugh at her, and I was like, okay, if she was 11, what was I? 8
What
years
about-
old?
8?
I was 8 years old, and I was like, Sarah, let me teach you something.
Do you remember yours, Abby?
No. So the Wheeler side of my family absolutely curses like sailors.
Yes.
Even my sweet little grandma. You don't.
Mimi?
She won't admit it. Yeah, Mimi.
Mimi.
She
Dropping
won't
the
admit
Fs.
it. But when I was like 11, we were like cooking. Like my dad is always. My mom. I never heard her say the F word until like. I still don't know if I have. But my dad. It's like, every other word is like an obscenity.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? I love that man.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my mom too though.
Yeah.
But when I was like 11, I would go over to my grandma's and like help cook and stuff because she thought I needed to learn how to cook, which is like true. And we were like standing at the kitchen counter and I was like making coleslaw or sauerkraut or some like cabbage
You're
related
making
thing.
sauerkraut?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. Never mind.
Related
And
thing.
she literally, my grandma like came up next to me and I was like, hey grandma, and she was like, you know, if you want to curse, it's okay. And I
How old
went-
are you?
I was 11. And I was like, grandma, I don't want, and she was like, just say it. And I was like, say what? And she was like, just say shit. And I was like, Grandma, I
Your
don't.
grandma's teaching you to be a prime wheeler.
I know. I
love
was
that
like, Grandma,
so
I don't want to. My grandma was like, you're not gonna get in trouble. She was like, just do it. And I was like,
And then
Grandma.
you said shit and she slapped you.
No, I literally didn't. I was like, Grandma, I can't say this. And she was like,
You say something, she's like, not that one.
she was like, come on, you're no fun. I was like, Grandma,
You're no fun, she said.
I am 11 years old.
I don't think I've ever I've heard my. I don't think I've heard my grandparents cuss.
Oh no.
I've heard.
No, I've heard my grandpa on my mom's side cuss. My grandma didn't hear her cuss. My grandpa on my dad's side, he probably said something like "damn," but he's not one to call anyone like a bitch or anything. He calls girls he doesn't like broads. He's like that broad. Anyway, what were you saying, Heather?
Well, I groaned, but I've heard my grandmother cuss. Where she's just kind of like, I hope that picked up. Abby just scratched her armpit.
It
There
is.
we go.
Nice.
She was just like getting mad, and she just went that bitch, and I was like, pee pee. But I honestly don't remember the first time that I heard my mom cuss, because she just has always done that. But I know that my hold on, my parents cuss differently, and like if they're going to say shit, my mom like holds it out. She goes shit, and then if my dad
As if
does it,
she
he
thought
goes
about
like,
it.
well,
Oh.
and I go, Dad, shirt. It's about the shirts.
The first time I heard, I don't know if it was either of my parents, but the first time I heard my dad cuss, or at least the F word, was
The F word?
The F word. We were driving home from, I want to say like a dermatologist appointment or something, and he was getting on the interstate, and some douchebag like went onto the shoulder of the interstate, like I'm sorry, onto the shoulder of the entrance, and the ramp. That's what it's called. The shoulder of the ramp, and then like cut him off completely, and my dad held up the finger and said, "Fuck you," and then the guy in front of us waved, and I was like, "What's gonna happen?"
So I did a quick count while you were speaking. I texted my dad a little bit this morning. He texted me a picture of Toby,
Yeah.
who is my dog, who I love very much. And within our 10 text messages we sent back and forth this morning, my father cursed 6 times.
What were the words?
He
As long, you know.
used the word ass a lot. Still a pain in the ass to deal with. And then he texted me and said, "It's freaking cold. $5 says Toby's little cute ass is snuggled up on my pillow." And then he says, "Furry shit."
That's some furry shit right there.
Love it so much.
I'm gonna try to find some cusses, some curses.
Some courses.
Course.
In the meantime,
Yes.
who do you think you got your humor from? Your mom or your dad?
My dad.
My dad. My mom. Sorry, my mom.
I really can't tell. I feel like I got it from both, like, different things. I think my dad was the funniest thing on earth for a long time when I was growing up. And,
whole
like,
world
there's one
recognized.
time I was sitting in, he still had his pickup truck, and so we were all sitting in the front seat because it was like a 3-seater, so I was in the middle, my sister was on my right. And my dad looks over, he sees this raccoon, like, roadkill. It's just dead on the side of the road. And he goes, "Oh, that's a terrible place to sleep." And I thought it was the funniest shit I had ever heard. And I was laughing my ass off. And I was like 8 years old. My sister was like, "Death isn't funny, Dad." But of course, a week later, I mentioned it at the dinner table. And she was like, and I was like, "No, you don't get to laugh now.
No laughs for you.
No laughs for you."
I think.
She's better at that now. Thank you, Sarah.
I don't know, actually. Now that I think about it, whose humor I have, because, like, I definitely have like the dad jokes from my I really enjoy dad jokes. My dad didn't make too many dad jokes as a young lad,
Yeah.
but I still appreciate them nonetheless. The one I remember he said was, "What do you call a man with no arms and no legs standing in front of the door?" And it was Matt, because it was a doormat. Or what do you call a man with no arms and no legs floating in the ocean? It was Bob. They're not that funny. Okay, never mind.
You know what?
Moving on.
I just got sad.
Man, paraplegics, how about him? No. Lieutenant Dan.
Oh my god.
What is that from?
That's,
Lieutenant Dan? Forrest Gump.
yeah. I was going to make you guess, but I was like,
I'm so sorry.
I've never
That's
seen
okay.
Forrest Gump.
I hate when I can't guess, when I like want to guess. Like if I'm talking to if I'm in the car with my with one of my parents and a song comes on and I want to like show them that I've learned from them. I'm like, "Hold on, I want to guess what this song is or like who it's by." I'm like, "Don't tell me." And then if I can't get it, I'm like, "Give me a hint." And then they're like, "It's this." And I'm like, "No, that's
my
not."
family also does that.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Damn it."
my
I get,
mom,
mad.
if I tell my mom, like, don't tell me what it is, let me guess. Wow.
Sorry.
If I was like, Mom, don't tell me what this is, let me guess. She's like, okay. And then, like, I'll guess for a while, and then I'll be like, what is it? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Wait, I'm your mom.
And
You're like,
she's
"Wait,
like,
I need to know."
she said, you don't want to know. You wanted to guess it, so guess it. And I'm like, well, I don't know what it is. And she's like, just guess. And I'm like, Mom,
Mom, please.
I can't.
please. I mustn't.
I must.
Wait, okay, can I go back for the dreams for a second?
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
sometimes I write them down and I do not remember them.
I want to do that.
This one, okay, if I don't remember them, sometimes if I read it, I'm like, oh my god, yeah, that's right, I completely remember that now. I do not know what this is. And it says, there was a third kid named Ben that died, even he was like 2.
I think you wasn't this a while ago?
It was on September 30th.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know what this means. I don't know what it was. Usually I'm awake enough that I can actually write. I've only like been confused by 2 of them. This is one of them, and the other I will not be able to find it at the moment. But it was just kind of like it's just gibberish, and the only like thing that I know I was kind of awake enough to say was Bree, but
Like Brienne?
No, it was before I came here, so I don't know. It was one of my other like friends named Bree.
It was you foreseeing the future.
Yeah, it was. It was me seeing Bandcamp way in the future.
Sometimes I like go into weird states of being awake and asleep
Yes.
to the point where like it's completely delirious. So like I don't even have one. There was one where we had a football game, and I was trying to sleep the night before, and I had this overwhelming fear that I had to practice my music or else I would like die or else I'd be kicked out of band or something.
Welcome to Poma.
Yeah, honestly.
I
So
don't remember these last dreams. I'm so sorry. I'm it's fine. Go on.
yeah, that was pretty much it. I had this overwhelming fear that if I didn't practice, then I'd be kicked out of Poma, and then I couldn't sleep. But I still really wanted to because I was completely fatigued. But maybe I should go to a doctor.
Maybe.
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 For more than just that.
Like my heart.
Yes. Jeanette, if you're listening,
If you're listening, I need
if you're
to.
listening right now, please, I beg you, take Sam to a doctor. His heart does a weird thing, and I'm worried, and
It
I want
beats.
him to be okay.
My heart does a weird thing. It beats.
No,
Help us,
it beats,
Obi-Wan
but
Kenobi.
not regularly. It goes. Sometimes it just like skips a beat, and then it goes. Doom, 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 doom,
Sounds like
doom.
you're doing a really bad song. You went.
Thank you. I'm a bad
Because
beat.
Mark
can
actually
feel
plays
it.
the drum, the drum beginning from.
From coming in the air tonight. I
can feel it
These I always remember my dreams, and I do not remember these last 5 dreams that I wrote down. I'm so confused.
Christian just Snapchatted me. I'm scared.
Your roommate?
Yes.
Hi, Christian, if you're listening.
He just said yeet.
Wait.
Sandwich was sleepover. The world was ending, and I was with a group of people where half of them accepted it, and the others didn't know what to do.
Me. I'm individually each of us.
I feel like I only kind of remember that one. That's not what I wanted.
Wait.
I'm waiting
What
currently.
am I waiting for?
Enjoy. How anticlimactic is that?
That's actually terrible.
Wait, I can't turn it off.
You were in this one, Sam.
I can feel it.
No.
Yeah, I was lead singer. What are you talking about?
My dream.
In my dream, or do you want to talk about it?
Sure.
Yeah. No,
I was in a classroom and working on something with Sam. The teacher
Yeah.
came over and started making me really uncomfortable by putting his weight on me.
What?
Right.
So I slammed him against the cabinets and no one in the classroom cared. I moved to one of the chairs in the back, and that's all I wrote
You
down.
slammed him against the cabinet and kissed him passionately,
I'm
And
going to say
then-
that I probably didn't.
and then we're done
No,
there.
thank you. I would love to be done.
It's one thing to make you two uncomfortable. It's another thing to make my parents, maybe your parents,
Exactly.
uncomfortable.
Yes.
Can
I
we-
hated. I wanted to forget about this one. I don't know why I wrote it down.
You said, I just want you to relive this nightmare.
No, I was at a log event and I told my grandma I wasn't sure I believed in God, and she said she hated me.
Oh.
Oh my god.
And then I cried in a big in a big van in the back seat, and then my friend and his sister both came and sat with me.
That sounds like an average Tuesday night. Crying in the backseat of a big van. yeah.
I keep
That's
having
such a deep dream.
Yeah. I keep having dreams that my dog's alive again.
Stop. That's so sad.
But like I'm also I'm aware. So like I'll be asleep or like in my dream and like I'll be like, "Kobe, you're back."
Oh no.
You want to hear something?
Yeah.
Sometimes if I'm like kind of like half asleep or something, I'll hear like the jingle of my dog's collar like going like in another room or something, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, that's Sam, and then I like go back to sleep,
Yeah.
and I don't know what that is.
I think that's just you getting used to noises, like kind of like zoning them out or toning them out, whatever. Because like the same thing happens to me with the AC. Because like we have a really loud like AC and like heat unit in the basement, and I sleep right above it. So like I'll hear like. And I'm like, what the hell was that? But
No offense, I've never heard an AC unit like gurgle.
No offense,
you
but
should
I
hear
think
my.
it's broken.
I think it's actually our sump pump, but regardless, it's
Got
it's
it.
fine.
that's
but-
that's a little different.
But it goes. 'Cause that's the ceiling off, and then you hear the water again. It's like.
I hate that so much.
But no, but I've heard that a few times in my dorm, and I'm like, wait, I'm on the 4th floor. If there's a sump pump on the 4th floor, then we live in fucking Louisiana or something.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's not a sump pump anywhere on campus.
You don't think so? Why not?
They don't use them as much, like, how do you say, where the water table's not as high.
Is the water table not as high up here?
No.
I'm sorry, but I have to read this one, and then I'll try to be done, but no promises.
Done? Like you're leaving the podcast?
Yeah, and then I'll walk out.
This is Heather's last podcast, guys.
See ya.
It's nice having you.
Okay, a real life
Okay.
nightmare before Christmas, and the point was to creep people out. We made a car out of a hill in someone's yard. There was a person who was like a moving sketch, and then him as an entity who is a moving, who is a more colorful and solid version of himself, floats above and behind him, but they are one.
Bro, you were definitely high.
I don't know what this is.
You fell asleep and somebody just like put a blunt in your mouth while you were asleep.
How could I be like half asleep and write the word entity?
You know what? I'm proud of you, though.
Thank you.
Maybe you
but they
didn't mean
are
to write
one.
entity.
What'd you
Well,
say?
no, I was gonna say maybe you didn't mean to write the word entity, but like
No, I did.
it definitely goes with the story. So
Yeah.
story. Oh, hello. Ooh,
I forgot about that one. That one was bad.
That's what I sound like internally.
what my noise or your noise?
Both.
Oh.
Oh, Abby, I called my mom the other day. This is unrelated to anything. And she was very intrigued by your Tourette's.
Aren't we all?
I think that's in this this next episode.
I think she did. I think she made an appearance.
Yeah, she did. Or this next episode being November 6th. Anyway, yeah. Tourette's. do you have anything updated with your Tourette's? Has anything new happened?
No.
When was your last tick? What?
When was your last tick? I demand to know. It's important, trust me. The, like, freaking Men in Black walk out and they're like, when did you tick last? Probably this morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it the average EEE? Or...
No, it was my eyes.
Oh no, that's my least favorite one.
I like them like one of the best because it doesn't draw as much attention.
Yeah, but if you're in your room, it doesn't matter.
It's still not fun to just scream all the time.
Well, you're not screaming. You're just going.
No, what?
It
And
makes
sometimes
have
you're
to
able to
agree.
like compress it, but it probably hurts.
I can't
This one just says covered in spiders.
Ooh.
I remember that one though. I
God,
woke
I wish
up.
I was covered in spiders.
I woke up and I thought that like my entire room was just filled with spiders, and I woke up like I still had my eyes closed, and I was like, no. I had to say it all like out loud. I was like, no, all of the spiders are now one spider, and I crushed it, and then I went back to
Oh,
bed.
you told me about that.
Yeah, and it worked. It worked perfectly. I was like, I'm not gonna deal with this right now. I'm done with nightmares, and then I just shut it down and went back to sleep and had a great dream about my parents. We were in a hurricane, and my my grandfather Pop got out of the car to wash the car. He was like, we can't
I gotta
leave
take
until
this-
this car is washed.
I love that.
Go on.
Do you guys think Ball State's haunted?
No.
Some- Not at all.
I mean, no.
Nowhere?
I
Until
haven't had
David Letterman
any.
dies.
I've been on the 4th floor of Elliott, which is apparently haunted, but
Haunted.
it doesn't seem haunted to me.
Haunted.
Haunted.
How do you say that word?
Haunted?
Honk.
Yeah, I say it.
Bonk.
I say haunted.
Haunted?
Yeah.
We don't
It's
know.
haunted.
The 4th floor
Elliot
of
is
LA, it's haunted.
I think my dorm's haunted. Maybe I'm haunted because my dorm last year was haunted. So maybe this little man's just following me around.
Oh man, what if your Tourette's is actually just a soul that you sucked up,
Why would you say this?
and now there's somebody living? That's Betty. Betty's living inside you,
What happened
and
to
she's
Betty?
trying to come out, but you won't let her. Just let her out, Abby.
Betty is the wife of the man who follows you around.
Oh damn.
Don't say that.
I'm sorry.
I
Don't
saw
say
him the
that.
other day. Did I tell you that?
How is
No.
he?
Have I told you about this man?
No.
He's just this like big guy. The other night, I woke up in the middle of the night. My roommate stays at her girlfriend's a lot, so I was by myself.
As per usual.
Hang
on. Hang on. Hold on. I gotta
And,
take this.
And I woke up in the middle of the night because somebody was like touching me, and I was
My
like,
bad.
My bad.
I was like, stop touching me, because I thought it was her. And I rolled over and there was nobody there, and I saw a hand come like around the corner.
No.
I like reached around,
I
and I
refuse.
literally rolled over and went back to sleep. I said, I don't have time.
You're
And,
like, I'm busy that day.
Exactly.
Last year, like the first thing we had with it was that I woke up in the middle of the night and sat straight up in my loft for like 30 minutes. And my roommate like woke up because I was like mumbling, like speaking
Like
a
thrashing.
different language.
Oh damn.
And like just mumbling, and she took a picture of me, and I'm sitting up there and my eyes are like rolled back, like I don't
Yeah,
even
that's
look
Betty.
I don't even look like myself at all.
I would
And
scream if I saw that picture.
So she leaned forward and was like Abby, what are you doing? And she said I stopped mumbling, leaned over a little bit, looked at her and said, I can see your toes. And then sat back straight up and started chanting and like mumbling again.
Chanting.
And she was like, okay. And then she said she laid in bed with her pocket knife because she thought I was going to attack her. So, that was
Where
fun.
is this video?
It's a picture. I don't know if she still has it.
Ask her, please. Or don't.
I'm going to.
The only time you said your eyes rolled back in your head, and that happened to me once, but it was because I got concussed.
Oh.
There was one time I was in gym and we were doing this drill, like this warm up, which was inappropriately named suicides, where
Yeah.
where you run back and forth.
Yeah, I hate that.
Through the gym. Do you know those, or do you just
Yeah,
hate the name?
everyone does. Go on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well,
I just hate them so much.
we were doing them, and my friend tripped me on accident. Not on accident. It was on purpose, actually. He tripped me.
Okay.
He said, you
And-
know what?
Well, we were joking
True.
around and we were pretending to trip each other, but there was one time he accidentally did trip me. Oh, that was weird. tripped me.
He starts crying.
Yeah.
Samuel, it's okay.
It's so fun.
It's okay, Sam.
And Sammy, and since I'm a large man, when he tripped me, my head smacked against a concrete wall, and I passed out for 5 minutes.
That is a long time. That's not just a concussion.
Well,
It's a long time for you to just be down there. Like, were they not worried? They were.
no,
just
well,
like,
I passed out, and then they told everyone to, like, all the students to get into the opposite corner of where I was, because, I don't know, maybe they thought I was dead. Well, when one of my friends, not the one that tripped me, but one of them that was there, he said that my eyes, like, rolled in the back of my head, and I started, like, trying to get up, but kept slipping and falling back down. And, like, I was out, bro. I was
That's so scary, though.
I was out, and he said it was like foaming and shit. But anyway, I ended up waking up 5 minutes or so later, and our very rambunctious gym teacher, Mr. What's his name? I love him so much, but I don't remember his name. Roeder, Mr. Roeder. This man's like he's like 6'7". Anyway. He like got on his.
He's like 5'7". No, wait, hold on.
And
Absolutely built, tall.
he
tan.
he squatted over me and like was hovering over me and was like, "It's okay, Sam. We've got the ambulance coming."
We got the ambulance coming.
And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm just gonna sit up and lean against the wall." He's like, "No, no, 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 no."
They thought you broke your neck.
He's like, "Don't do that. Just lay down, and he's like, if you stand up or like get up, maybe you get a blood rush and you'll pass out again. We don't want that." I'm like, "Okay." So I laid down and just studied the ceiling, and my future girlfriend at the time was there. Like, we ended up dating like a month later, and I'm like, "Wait, were you there when I got concussed?" She was like, "Yeah." Anyway.
She said that was so hot the way you put your head on the wall and passed out. Like, can we? Okay.
Yeah, no, but like then I felt bad because I haven't grown since I got my concussion. What if that stumped my growth?
You're a giant man.
Yeah, I did.
You did not need to grow anymore.
I just hit puberty really early. But like I stopped growing around that time. I'm 6'2" now.
He crushed his
Early.
pituitary gland.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm 6'1" actually, and I just gained weight since then.
Wait,
So-
me.
Are you actually 6'1"?
Yeah.
Why do you not seem 6'1"? It's okay.
What does that mean?
You seem
I don't know.
giant
Maybe
to me.
I think
It's 'cause-
that I'm shorter than I am.
How tall are you, Heather?
I mean, I'm 5'9".
Oh, because when I stand next to him, I feel like he's a giant. But I'm also 5'4".
My dad's 6'2.5", and it doesn't like it seems like we're the same height, but it's only an inch or so, and I slouch. So
5'9" and 6 feet seems so far away from me, but it's like it's not.
it's
not.
3
It's really
inches.
not. Exactly.
Yeah. But when the ambulance came, and I was laying on the ground looking, I'm still on this, and I was looking up at
Yeah.
the ceiling, and they got the stretcher out. What do you guys call that? You guys call it something different.
A gurney.
Yeah. Anyway, they got the stretcher out, and they put me in the stretcher, but like, I wanted to help them and just like get up and get on the stretcher. But they insisted that I laid there, and they like rolled me back and forth to get on the stretcher.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is there anything I can do to help? Because I hate just being
I
like
hate the seesaw.
manhandled.
It's so
What?
you have to like go up and down to like shimmy the person onto the backboard. It's bad.
I think
It's embarrassing.
that's probably what I got on then.
Well, it's a backboard, and then they put it on the.
Yeah.
You know what? I wasn't there.
Well, no, that probably was what it was. Because I mean, I remember that. I just don't remember.
Were you on a stiff board, and then they put you on a bed?
Yes.
Then yeah, it was a backboard.
But then I know that before I passed out or got concussed, I don't remember anything. Like, I remember running a few drills of the suicides and like the stretches before that, but like all of a sudden I remember, or I don't remember anything, and it was a blur. I don't remember tripping. I don't remember falling. I remember waking up, and that's pretty much it.
Oof.
Yeah.
I've never. Wait, hold on. Never mind.
You passed out
I almost passed out.
like recently.
Recently, you
Very
both were there.
recently.
And then
Also, thank you for saving my life.
You know what? That's what I'm here for.
You were
but
freaking out
I,
that day.
What
But-
did
I was nervous
There was a
about
lot
my
going
baby.
on. My baby.
About my baby. And then, you know what?
Baby.
I still made it to the performance, and
Stu was like, if
was
you
like-
feel better, you can come to the performance. And then he walks away and he comes back and he goes, you know what? No, you can't come to the performance. I ban you. If you come, you're out of band. And I go, thank you.
I love that man.
was that
Stuart
was
Stuart
that
Ivy, if you're listening to this,
Stuart?
Stu.
thank you for just being such a good man.
What a guy.
What a guy. What a man.
What is he? What is he doing? He wants trombone performance. Is that what his major is?
No,
What is it?
he's an educator.
Yeah.
Well,
But
so
he
what,
plays
what
a
can he do with it?
Trombone. Teach.
Yeah, but like just
At,
high
like, a
school.
college.
That's what I.
He's
That's what I
getting
was
his like
asking.
graduate's degree.
I thought he was
Okay.
doing his
Teacher.
doctorate.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
getting his doctorate.
that's
So
what I
Like
thought.
graduate, isn't it?
So
He is a
Grad school
graduate.
So what can he
for
do then?
your doctorate. Teach out of college.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess Dr. N's a doctor. Doctor.
Oh my
man.
God. I hit my face with my trombone yesterday.
Does it hurt?
So hard. And it still hurts and I forgot about it. I was like, why does my mouth hurt? And that's where I jammed my trombone into my face. It hurts so bad. I really felt like I was punched
Eat
in the face.
hearts.
It does
Have
hurt.
a-
Like people who say the band is easy are obviously not clumsy.
ass.
Like
There you go. I was gonna talk about something and I forgot what it mean. It
Forgot
was
what
about like I
mean.
haven't.
Gob.
It was about like passing out.
Did you
and
pass out? Yeah, you did.
Well, that was
Good job.
Oh.
different.
One quick thing. When I was unconscious,
Oh.
I remember time passing, but that's it. Like I remember, like it felt like I was just in like an empty void, but I was just floating in the
He was
void.
in a coma.
I was dead. I think I died. Wow. Hello.
Hey.
Did you remember what you were saying? Heva?
Hevo.
Yes,
Hevo.
Hevo.
Hi,
When
Heva.
don't do that. So
Stop that.
I stop it right now. What are you doing? Stop it.
Put that away.
Put that away. I when I got my wisdom teeth taken out,
Mm.
they didn't really tell me like how things were gonna go down. I just kind of like I was like just take my teeth, doc.
Bailey just Snapchatted me, but my phone's dead, so I cannot answer it.
Okay. And then what'd I do? Okay, so I thought that like I was gonna get all loopy and stuff. Like I thought they were gonna like give me laughing gas. They did not. They gave me oxygen and an IV. And I was like, oh man, I hate IVs. And they're like, oh well, sorry. And I'm like, that's fine. And they put it in my hand. And I was like, oh, I don't like how that feels. Like I wasn't like, stop, ow. But
Yeah.
I was just like, that's interesting. I was like, I just don't like I can feel it like in my hand. I was like, that's and he was like, oh, that's weird. You shouldn't. And I'm like,
Maybe something's wrong.
maybe something's wrong. He didn't have me like count back or anything. He didn't like talk to me, but I was just like sitting there and I didn't know what the IV was for. I gathered later that that's probably how I was put under, but I like I didn't know when like what anything was gonna feel like or like when anything was gonna happen. So I was just waiting to like fall asleep and I was like, oh, okay, so when is it? Like, when am I gonna... And then I felt it, and I was like, hit. And because I like, oh, this is it, I started laughing. So I imagine, like, I wish I could see myself. Because it was just me going like, oh, that's, like, oh, I can feel that. Oh, that's, you shouldn't. And then I go, oh, okay. And then I just say, so when should I... Oh. And then I pass out. And then I wake up crying, and my pillow is an ice pack, and I can't feel...
Why were you crying?
I don't know. I was
Probably
just I was
delirium.
crying probably just because I went through a trauma.
Oh,
They
alright.
dug into my jaw.
Fair enough.
And so like
Oh.
my like
Continue. I'm sorry.
so I don't know. I woke up and the tears were just streaming down my face. And I was like looking at my dad and I was like, how did I get here? Because I was in another room. I was in like the recovery room. And I was like, I'm a big girl. How did people like get me over here? And they're like, you walked.
Oh.
And I was like, no, I didn't, because I'm awake right now. Like, I know I wasn't awake before. It really felt like I just, like, blinked.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I was not asleep. There's a difference between going to sleep and being put to sleep.
Put to sleep.
I remember my mom was telling me a story about when she had cavities getting filled, and they're like, they gas them, Like you get
Gas
gas.
them.
Oh no.
You know how you get like gas when you get cavities? Well, they gave her a very small amount, and my mom's she's a small woman, so you'd think she needs like a small amount of gas, but no, they gave her like a small amount of gas, and then they like, all right, she's out, let's go to work on her, and then she's like, wait, I'm not asleep, and they're like, oh, honey,
I'm very awake.
yeah, and so they gave her more gas, and she's like, still not out, and she's like, they like cranked her up to like 75% of the gas, and then she's like, all right. But then like what she ended up saying was like the first two times when she's like turn it up, they turned it up way too high the second time, so she heard like her ears were ringing and she was like everything was blurry, but like not like what's supposed to happen on the nitrous oxide. So like it was wild. So second story, I had a friend in my Spanish. I'm sorry, okay?
How long have we been recording?
50 minutes.
Oh shit. Okay.
51 minutes. I have a friend in my Spanish class who was like, hey guys, I'm not going to be a Spanish today. And we're like, why? He's like, I got my jaw wired shut. We're like, what the hell? So he ended up coming into class to give him a teacher's note, which the guy did not accept, which was weird. And then
Sure. My jaw's wired
Sure.
shut.
yeah, he was like,
I can't.
he was literally like,
I cannot talk.
he was like, here's the doctor's note, and he's like, he's a Spanish speaking native, so in a Spanish accent he said, I cannot accept that, I'm teaching right now. And then he's like, okay, and then left. So then
Oh, so he did it like during class?
it was like 5 minutes after class started. So like I didn't think it was a big deal because he was still preparing, like he just started his PowerPoint, and he was like, all right guys, we're learning chapter 8 or something, and then he came in and was like, here's the doctor's note. He's like, I'm not going to accept that, I'm teaching right now, and then left.
I get that.
Regardless,
My back hurts so bad.
I asked him questions. I'm like, how did you, like, why is your jaw, what happened? And he's like, I'm not going to lie, I don't really know. I'm like, really?
What trauma did this man see?
Well, he said he was at a party, and he was at his friend's party, and then he left said party to go 2 houses down.
Me.
But he didn't even know those people either.
Wait, me.
So he said he didn't remember leaving. He remembered being at that first party, and then he remembered waking up at that second party.
This man went too hard.
But
Yes, he
but he
did.
said everyone who was at that second party, he didn't know anyone there, but they were all very nice to him. And he said the only thing that he could think that happened was somebody got a video of someone getting socked in the jaw really hard. And he's like, I think that was me, but I'm not sure because it was too dark. So somebody broke his jaw, and he said it like his mandible literally snapped in half on the right side. So he broke his mandible and his like I think
Broke his
he
mandibles.
thing. But like I saw him the other day, and it was like he's got wires on his gum, and then on his gums, and then it's like sewn shut with like a thread
No.
via the wires.
No.
So like he cannot open his mouth, and then I'm like, how do you eat? He's like, I'm missing a tooth in one side because of when I got hit. So I pretty much just he's like, I can only eat like liquid foods, but like as long as they have the right nutrition. So he takes the syringe and he puts that in his little missing tooth hole and like drinks it through there. And I'm like,
Can he
Connor,
not use a straw?
no, he can't open his damn mouth.
You can fit up like a bendy straw back there.
Yeah, but then he's gonna be like, it's like by his molars.
Okay, I understand that.
He has
but
to
that can't be
pry-
any more difficult than having to take little tiny amounts
No,
at
he-
a time
no, he-
and put them in a syringe.
It's not like he's like sucking grease out of a pizza. He's like,
I know.
like the doctors gave him food that he can eat because like he won't get certain nutrition if he's just
No,
going to the
Okay.
fucking.
No, I understand
The
what
question
you're
is
saying.
why can't he just like
Suck
put
it
a
through a
straw
straw.
in the liquid food that I'm assuming he's eating?
Because
and
it
then just
comes
use
in
it
the
as a-
syringes.
Oh.
Okay.
I was
So it's
imagining him with like
prepackaged
with like a cup
Oh yeah.
and like filling up the.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, even if that is the case, I'd rather that because I mean honestly
It's
like
gonna take you 3 hours to eat a liquid cheeseburger then.
yeah, but
It's gonna be cold.
but it could be cold. But do you know how much
Do you want a warm smoothie? I'm gonna throw up.
do you, a warm
I'm about
smoothie?
to taste my smoothie.
But like,
It's
Good.
but like you know how much like because you know how you can't like suck through a straw when you I'm assuming I heard that it's hard to suck a straw if you just got your wisdom teeth taken out.
You're not supposed to. You get dry socket.
I don't know what that is, but I believe you.
Your socket where your tooth was,
I was so afraid.
gets dry.
Right. So
I
I'm
was given
assuming.
a syringe that
He goes,
like is
"Right."
curved, and then I just had to like shoot it.
Ew.
I had to like rinse my mouth out, and so I had to shoot all the water into the little holes in my teeth, and I got all 4 taken out at the same time.
Oh,
I only have one.
have
So when
It
they
sucked.
take it, they'll just take my one.
I still have all of mine.
No, I've never had any taken out.
I know.
I
You just have one.
I just have
Yeah.
one.
No, I'm glad that like it's all done now, but the healing process fucking sucked. I hated it. It was so uncomfortable, and I would get in my own head all the time because I would just start thinking about how there's holes in my mouth, and I was just like,
See, that doesn't really bother me. My dad.
I can't do it with, like when it's my mouth.
When my dad got his wisdom teeth taken out, first off, he was talking funny because they numbed his whole mouth. Because they also did both sides, so he like his cheeks and his lips and everything was completely numb. Regardless,
That's the worst feeling.
he ended up. I know. He ended up showing me his holes
Oh.
in his mouth, and
Thank you for the clarification, Samuel.
when I get my like fillings
Yeah.
like filled, they gassed me and then they put the shot in my gums to make it numb. But like the only way for me to ever like get that away is if I just knock out cold, like fall asleep.
They don't. My dentist doesn't give us gas. He just
Goes right in.
he does like the shots.
Oh, that
Have you
kills
ever had
me.
a shot
yeah.
in the roof of your mouth?
Yes.
Not the roof of my mouth.
That shit hurted. Like
No, my dentist, like he had to like laser away part of my gums
with
to
a
let-
laser.
Yes. He's like, hold still.
If you move, this will hurt a lot.
Oh my god.
If you
No,
don't
but
move.
he numbed a little too far away from it.
Oh,
And I was like,
shit.
I definitely feel what's happening to me. There are like claw marks on the underside of the chair that I was in.
Yeah.
And Oh,
Oh yeah.
I know my dad has a video of me when I'm just like crying and like complaining to him about random things. And because apparently all the things that upset me just came to me at once and I needed to tell him.
Is that it? You just want to tell him?
Well, I have a story, but you seem
Yeah, you're good. Continue.
but I have whatever.
Oh, fuck.
I know he has a video of me, but he refuses to show me. I saw his phone. He was like holding his phone at me. And so I know that he took a video, and I'm just like crying and talking about how much I hate golf and I think it's stupid. And then I was crying about Fall Out Boy and David Bowie, and
What a guy.
that was about it.
Oh.
By the way, that was Bailey. She said that Abby's a narc and Heather's a queen. That's all. She didn't say anything about me though. Bitch.
Why are you a narc?
I don't know. She's just been calling me that lately, and I'm like, I don't
You and
I don't
yours.
understand.
Campbell came up to me yesterday and he went, "You are a fucking snake," and then walked away. And I was like, Campbell, Bell, what are you doing?
I can guarantee that means nothing to him.
It was a joke. I know he
Well,
was
yeah, that's what
joking.
I'm saying.
But I think it's because I left my medicine in my dorm. And I said
That's
I
why you left?
required the pill, and I like got up and took my stuff and I ran out of the student center. And then I assume no one heard me say that
No.
Yeah, nobody.
No.
because everyone was confused. And Campbell.
And Campbell.
Fucking snake. I was like, "Okay, man."
I don't like tubes, man. Speaking
I
of
like
tubes,
Oh.
this is
We're
gonna be uploaded on YouTube.
Yeah.
So, this is gonna be uploaded right about now.
Okay. Do you want to sing us out?
Wait. On this very day, it is my best friend Maya's birthday. Maya, if you're out there,
If you're out there,
I love you so very much, and you're gonna have a great day. And men ain't shit. Go on. Everyone
Okay.
say happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Maya.
birthday, Maya. I
Yeah.
love you. More than you. Stop
What?
that right now. Betty?
I love
I love her.
Maya.
Stop.
No, I
No.
love Maya.
Well, you
the
love
most.
her the most.
I love her the most.
No, I.
But I also love. I don't know her, but I love her.
And you will love her.
See, there we go. Day-o, day-o, daylight come and me want go home. Oh, Mr. Tally Man, tally me banana. Daylight, come and me wanna go home. That me said that, me said that, me said that. Oh.
Thanks for watching, guys.